Someone else will leak it and someone will post it somewhere in some platform and you will get the information. So because of that, if you are a journalist, be clear about what you are doing. That is number one. Secondly, choose some area. That is very important. You can't do everything. If you want to be a doctor, you know there are many streams, right? Everybody does MBBS. Everybody does MD or MS, whatever. So they don't give medicine for everything, right? You have too many people. They are orthopedicians, pediatricians, they are general medicine, they are internal medicine, all kinds of things. Only if you know that, that's very good. So all of you are doing communication or broadcast journalism. But you first make up your mind to be clear about what you actually want to do or what you actually want to achieve or what you actually want to pursue once you leave this university. Suppose you are interested in political journalism, focus more on that and improve your skill, gain more experience, interact with people, and I am sure you will be a better political journalist. Suppose you want to be a features writer, focus on that, and you want to be a sports writer, focus on that. Even if you are a sports writer, focus on something, cricket, football, hockey, tennis, or whatever, or even sports administration. You want to be an entertainment journalist, focus on cinema. Even then you can focus on different things. You say I cover only English movies, Hollywood. You focus on Hollywood. Then you focus on Bollywood. Or you focus on cinema in South India, Kannada, Telugu, or Tamil and Malayalam or whatever. Like that, then you gain a lot of experience. If you want to be a business journalist, you focus on certain things, corporate, or stock market, or business management, or policy issues, government related things, or commodities, something like that. Then only you can sell yourself in the market. And if you don't know all these things, very tough. And yesterday I was conducting campus interview for our various properties across the India. And students from some of the colleges from Bangalore came, IIJ and Manipal and one more, Yelahanka and all, they came. So they had, before coming for this interview, they have to specify where you want to go. Because we have all kinds of things. We have CNN-News18, English channel, we have CNBC-TV18, business channel, then we have First Post, we have Money Control, then we have News18, then we have several Hindi channels, we have all kinds of things. So I asked these boys and girls, very young, 23, 24 years old. So they were very clear. I was amazed. And they have such clarity. And certain boys and girls, they wanted to work only for Money Control. Some of them wanted to work only for First Post. Some of them wanted to work, pursue only sports. And one person from Hyderabad came and told me, sir, I want to cover only football because I follow only that. Then another girl came from Bombay. She said, sir, I want to cover market. He said, I am interested only in market and I follow markets closely. I want to cover only that and nothing else. I want to be a market. Another boy from Bangalore came. He said, sir, I want to go to Delhi. I asked him why. He said, sir, I want to cover only government policies because national capitalism is Delhi and I can cover government policies, Ministry of Commerce, Infra, then civil aviation, all kinds of things. So they are clear about that. Suppose after this, I think half of you are in the final year, right?
Yes.
Maybe in a few months, you will go looking for jobs.
Yes.
So when you go there, normally they will ask you, what do you want to do? You say, if I say I do anything and everything, nobody will be impressed. Suppose you come to me for a job, I will ask you, what do you want to do? So you tell me, say, I want to cover Vidhan Soda. I want to be a political reporter. Then I might ask you a few things about that. Then if I am convinced that you know, then I say, okay, I can hire you as a reporter or whatever. You come and say, I want to cover sports. I will ask you a few questions about sports and you say, you give me correct answer or whatever. Then I know you can be hired for that kind of job. Suppose you come to me and I ask you what you want to do and what is your area of interest. You say, I can do anything. So that thing won't work. Because you won't do anything. Because once you are hired, you will be asked to do only a certain thing. Not everybody can do, not everybody can do everything. That it won't work. And if you think that I can also do sports, and I can also do entertainment, I can also do politics, very good. There are some journalists, those who can cover anything and those who can write down anything. Very few people are there. And I call them genius, but not many people are there. And you don't need to be also. So suppose you want to do something, you learn that, that's good enough. So what do you want to be? What's your area of interest? Yeah.
Cinema.
Cinema. Which one? Kannada cinema or
South Indian.
South Indian? Okay. You follow that closely.
Yeah.
So you understand all these languages? Kannada, Telugu, Tamil.
And Kannada, yeah.
Okay.
I understand Telugu.
Okay. Then you focus only on that. Suppose you want, what do you want to cover?
Metro reporter.
You want to be metro reporter. So you want to cover only city. Then you need to know about Bangalore, the civic infrastructure and all. You should know how BBMP works. Then also BMRCL, Bangalore Metro, then BMRDA, BDA, all these things, airport, all these things come. And you should also know how city politics work, dynamics of city politics, who is who here, how the things work and all. And the important things about Bangalore, the noted people here and all. You don't need to focus much about other things. And you need to know about everything, but your primary focus should be this. So this is how it works. So what about you? What?
Editor.
Editor?
Video editor.
Video editor, you're fine. So video editing is more technical, but it's also editorial. So that's fine. What do you want to do? You want to be a cinema editor or news editor? Cinema. You want to edit cinema, right? Where do you want to work? In Bangalore or you want to go to Bombay or something? Chennai. Yeah, because in India,
Kerala, sir. It's from Kerala.
right.
He has done his graduation in multimedia graduation.
Okay. But if you want to be a cinema editor, very good. You can go to Madras or Bombay because these two places are known for cinema. And secondly, you have got the best studios and technology in Bombay and Madras. And wherever you go, in Bombay also you go to Hindi cinema, Bollywood, most of the best technicians are from South India. They are from Karnataka, they are from Kerala, they are from Tamil Nadu, they are from Andhra. In Delhi, when I went there, most of the best camera persons were from South India because we had SJP here, the Shri Polytechnic. It is perhaps one of the first in India, maybe in South Asia. So, which taught this technical aspects of broadcast journalism to people. You go to Doordarshan, all the retired Doordarshan people, technical staff, 80% of them from one institute, that is SJP. And Delhi, even today, the senior most video editors, the executive producers, camera persons, they are all from SJP. If they are not from that, then they are from South India, maybe from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, or Karnataka. So you find them. So technically, we are the best. And even the North Indians, they have grudgingly accepted it and admire us for that. So you find, and we have mastered it. And these days, because we have got a lot of institutes in North India now, and you have to pay a lot of money. And Jamia Millia has been there for some time, but after Jamia Millia started this broadcast journalism in Delhi, so even they have produced some good. Otherwise, there was nothing. And even they used to come here to study that. So that's very good. And secondly, even a video editor can reach very high, in cinema and all. Lot of people. This Sudhir Mishra is making a movie on that famous cinema editor. What's her name? Some Chopra. She won national award for editing movies. It's a great job. If a movie looks great, it's because of the editor. Because they shoot for 10 hours. And movie is for about 90 minutes or maybe 120 minutes. Right? And only if you have the brain and if you know, you can make it great. And if editing is so bad, even if the movie is shot so well, and the actors are so good, and if the script is so great, movie will definitely fail, it will flop. So it's a great job. I hope you have proper training here, video editing.
Yes.
So trained editors come and train or guest editors?
Here we are using Apple and all, etc. and all. So
We have guest
Or you
faculty.
get people from outside?
Yeah.
ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇಂದ ಜನ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ
Yes,
ಮನೆಗೆ.
guest faculty. Guest faculty.
Because I have a great friend and colleague called Uday Simha. He is the executive editor of News18 Kannada now. He is also one of the founding members of CNN-IBN and he was with Raj Tak and all. He launched that. He is a Bangalorean Kannadiga.
No, he's in Bangalore.
Yeah, Bangalore. He is in Bangalore and one of the most respected.
We can invite him, sir. One day we can
Yeah, you must invite him because this fellow was in Delhi. Uday Simha was in Delhi for 20 years and 6 years he was in Bombay. And he was a news track. Before these 24/7 TV channels came into existence, we had video channels. I think Professor knows that. We had something called news track. So we used to get that audio cassette. And one week, can you imagine that now? Every second news breaks and you get real-time information. In the 90s, something happens now. Someone used to go and shoot everything, come back, edit it, and make small capsules and make it one like a cinema or whatever. And once a week, like magazines in market on a particular day, right, Thursday or Friday, they used to release this video cassette. You buy it and play it using that video cassette player, VCR, whatever it's called. Then watch it. Whatever has happened in the last 1 week, You watch it. It was called News Track. And it was founded by Arun Puri, this Indian tech group. And after that, we had this What This Week of Kannada and Doordarshan. Once a week, we used to get international information and all. So people were very happy with that because there was no information explosion. But TV evolution in this country has happened rapidly here. In last 20-25 years, all kinds of things happened in this TV and digital media. Because of that only it looks so shallow sometimes and so cluttered and crowded and all, because there was no time for a systematic growth of media, particularly digital and TV media in this country. Just like this Bangalore. Okay? What has happened in Bangalore in the last 30 years, this city has grown like this. Till early 1990s, it was a small city, maybe a mid-level city in India. And in the 70s and 60s, Bangalore was a provincial town with maybe 10-15 lakh people. And it was known for its great weather and institutes of academic excellence, science, technology and all, nothing beyond that, and also some PSUs, that's it, nothing beyond that. And Bangalore was a great city. Because, have you heard the name of Paul Theroux, the famous travel writer? This Paul Theroux has written several books called Indian Great Railway Bazaar. So he has traveled India across India by train, and he has documented. He came to Bangalore in the 70s, and he went by train from Bombay to Madras during those days. Now should I say Mumbai and Chennai? So he says, Bangalore was such a small provincial town. There was nothing to do for me, and there was nothing to ride, so I didn't even get off from my train. So it was such a small city. And again he came in 2007 or something. He says, again I went to Bangalore and I couldn't recognize this city. And it has grown into a monster. So same thing has happened to TV. When I started this profession, there were only a few TV channels. You asked Rajeshwari, she was there, very few. And there was no deadline pressure, nothing. So it was very easy. You go and cover something at 10 o'clock in the morning, and after that nothing happens, then go home and sleep. So what has happened now is completely unregulated. Every second something breaks. So nobody wants to regulate. It's a mad rush. You raise against time, you raise against deadline. Right? Your deadline is what? Second to second deadline. Not even minute to minute deadline. So just like it's athletics now. So someone who finishes first, second, third and all, even they split second into 2, 3, right? Saying he has won this, right? Usain Bolt or Carl Lewis or whatever. Same is the case with us. Because of that, there is no focus on quality at all. So we have compromised with quality so badly. And I am sure Professor agrees with me that Indian TV news channels have lost credibility because of this. Because if there are 100 channels, we give exactly the opposite news. And secondly, we do no research, nothing. I give you an example. Day before yesterday, Salman Khan was convicted. I think convicted. In the morning, 4 of them were acquitted. And suddenly news came saying that Salman Khan has been convicted and sent to jail for 2 years. He has been sentenced to jail for 2 years. Normally, if you are sentenced to jail for less than 3 years, automatically you get bail, you can appeal, and you can go home. So people said Salman Khan's lawyers are preparing his bail application and all, and he can walk free and go home. And everybody ran it, including us. And after 15 minutes, news came that judge will deliver judgment only after 2 o'clock, and there has been no sentencing. It was a false information. And again, he was sentenced after lunch, and he was sent to jail for 5 years, right? 4 years. 4 or 5? 5 years. So it happens all the time. Jayalalitha was convicted here by a special court. What news came out saying that Jayalalitha has been acquitted, and everybody ran it. After 5 minutes, the real news came saying that Jayalalitha, Shashikala and her foster son, Sudhakaran, all of them have been convicted. So you should be careful. Because what problem? Everybody has to beat the deadline. So we want to tell the world that we broke this news fast. So we break it. So they even killed a lot of people even before they actually died. So Jayalalitha was killed several times before she was actually declared dead.
The same thing has happened in Karimba, Delhi, sir. Delhi, he was opposed.
I know.
Yeah. All these channels,
Everybody said Delhi is dead.
Breaking news.
And Delhi is Sandhita came out and told the media that no, he is not dead, he is alive. Same thing happened with our actor Jain. Jain was hospitalized.
Yes.
And some TV channels even broke the news saying that Jain is no more. And Jayanti held a press conference yesterday, saying that I am alive, I am not dead. So these things happen because you don't verify. So I will tell you a few things, basics about something. Suppose you go for any report. So it's about someone's death. And make sure that you always verify last check. Okay, nobody will give you a medal for breaking someone's death first. Okay, death is always a very bad news, it's a sad news, tragic. Okay. So you can't, you don't need to go out and tell the world that I broke so and so death, so I am a very good journalist. You don't need to say all that. So even if you are late by 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. You verify. And always try to reach out to their family members. Or if you can't reach out to their family members, at least reach out to the people who know them, who are with them, doctors or the police or the government officials, those who can confirm the news. Then only you say so and so is dead. This is very important. Because here, once you make a mistake, it's a mistake. You can't take it back. And that reputation stays with you, remember. Even after so many years, people will say so and so committed this blunder. Okay? It will always stay with you. You should be careful. And second, you don't need to do that. And same is the case with any court judgment and all. You should be doubly careful. You check with the people, those who know what it is. Suppose there is some government policy and government will say we will increase interest rate or we will cut, we will go for rate cut and all these things. Unless you are sure about the statistics figures, please don't pay. Because a lot of people use this data mistake to say it has gone up by 5% or gone down by 5%. Within 5 minutes, Microsoft will lose 5 to 10% of its market share. So you should be careful because you can cause a huge damage to the society because of this report. And I said it's inaccuracy, it's not a fake report. Because the moment you know that you have committed some mistake, correct it. Just like we all said Salman Khan convicted for 2 years. When we came to know he wasn't convicted, we said no one will be convicted after 2 of them. So you can't commit fake news. Fake news is even after 10 days, I know that he has been convicted for 5 years. So you keep telling people that no, only 2 years. So that is fake news. So that is the difference. So we mainstream media journalists, we are not into fake news. Who are into fake news, all of us know. So let's not talk. So be careful about one thing when you go to it. Always cross check the facts and all. And if you are going to Bangalore University, I have to ask people how to go, where to reach and all. Now no need, right? We have entire world is connected. Suppose there is a program at University of Agricultural Sciences report. Some department, you go to Google and find out department, which department, what they do and all. When you go to report that, you know a lot. You may even come back with a great story. But we didn't have that luxury. See, we go anywhere and everywhere. I'll give you an example. I am back to this Nambabdi campus after 20 years. I came here when I was a 21-year-old, long ago in 98. And there was a gentleman called Professor Sitappa, he was the Vice Chancellor of Bangalore University. And he had summoned police force, huge police force to university to kick out the squatters. And some students had stayed, they had overstayed at university hostels for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. And I still remember one person was staying with his wife, children in the hostel. And he also had a television, he also had a TV, and he had illegally occupied the room next to his room, and he was staying with 2 children, his wife, and he was there for 15 years. And he had enrolled himself for some PhD course in this university. And campus was looking like a battlefield that day. And we had no idea because there was no Google, nothing, right? And we were risking exposing ourselves to the danger because we didn't know what was happening here. So we knew all that. Now you can immediately check all these things. You can also compare. Okay? Squatters at universities, just type one word and you get all the details. Then you can make a comparative report and your report looks much better. Don't go to any place without knowing or studying about those people because people feel offended. Suppose you come for my interview and even if you don't know who I am, then after asking me 10 questions you ask my name, then I feel offended. Then you shouldn't be in this profession. It has happened and it's a real story. There was a communist stalwart called Indrajit Gupta. He was CPI leader and he was Home Minister in Mr. Devegowda and Gujarat government. And he was a stalwart, very well-read man and highly respected communist leader. And one young TV reporter in Delhi, she had gone to cover some program in which Indrajit Gupta was the chief guest. After the program, there were very few TV channels doing those days, less than 2, 3. She went and told him, sir, I want to take your reaction on something. And he said, okay, ask me, because he was India's home minister. Then she asked him a few questions. I don't know what she asked. He answered all the questions. After that she asked him, sir, may I know your name? Then, without batting an eye, he said, my name is Indrajit Gupta, I am Home Minister of India. And I was not in Delhi at that time, I was still a student, but I have witnessed one more incident. There was a man called Devendra Yadav. His name is Devendra Prasad Yadav. He was from not this notorious DP Yadav from UP. This fellow is gentleman, he is from Bihar. He was a minister in Vajpayee government and all. This Janata Dal man and very old socialist. And I had gone to his house one day and someone had come to see him because this Devendra Prasad Yadav was leader of Janata Dal. And there was a former minister called Mr. Madhava, and he was abducted by Veerappan and he was killed by Veerappan or in crossfiring or something. He died. And Janata, since he was a Janata Dal leader, this Sharad Yadav, this Devendra Prasad Yadav, they all made a very big issue saying that SN Krishna government had failed protecting their district. And I had gone to his house in the night. This Devendra Prasad Yadav was talking to people at his house near Kodakana in Lutyens, Delhi. Then a lot of Hindi channel people landed there. Normally they come without any preparation. Some of them don't even know where Karnataka is. If you ask them to locate Karnataka on a map, they won't be able to do it. So they asked Devendra Prasad Yadav a few questions about all these incidents, and 2-3 people asked him, sir, you tell your name. And you don't even know who he is, and you take his interview, you interview him, you take his, you record his soundbite or whatever, and after that you ask his name. So you can ask someone's name if you are there to cover what's pop. Okay, you know what's pop, you know. You go out and take, suppose you want to know people's opinion about price rise. So you go and ask randomly anyone, you stop someone on the road, you buttonhole that person and ask, what do you think about price rise and all. So then you can ask, because that person is not a known person in any random way. So when you go for serious journalism, you shouldn't do that at all. If you are not convinced, suppose I can't say that we know everyone, that happens. Suppose you are a Kannada guy and you have to meet some Bihar politician, UP politician, you may not be aware of. But make sure you don't ask the person directly. At least you ask someone else. Before going after that you ask someone else what is his name, designation and all these things. Because you will be exposed. Even today we know who that reporter is. Now she is a very big TV anchor. And she was even the managing editor of an English channel. The woman who asked Indrajit Gupta this question. So now she thinks that she is the best, one of the best journalists in India. So I don't know the name anyway because it will become a big scam tomorrow. But all of us know who she is, right? So we talk behind her back. So that has stuck. Same thing happens. Even if you, whenever I see that woman reporter who asked Devendra Prasad Yadav his name, I keep beating her at several press conferences here, there and down. Okay. A smile appears on my face whenever I see her. I know what has happened in front of long ago. So these things happen. So be careful. When you go there, you study well. And secondly, unless you read, you won't be a good journalist. You have to read everything. I am not saying that you read books related to journalism. Actually, you have to read books related to journalism. That's very good books. Mainly, particularly written by some Western journalists, American journalists and all. You have to read their books, those who have won Pulitzer Award or those who have done great journalism in troubled areas, maybe Balkan countries or Africa or Latin American countries and all. You read books also on Indian journalists, those who have done great jobs. You read books and it will enhance your knowledge. At the same time, you have to read a lot of books. Not necessarily non-fiction, not necessarily serious books. You can read anything, okay? You can read even N. Narasimha's detective, spy novels or whatever. You can read even James Hadley Chase also. You can also read very serious stuff. You can also read Part-2 Russell at the same time. Because a journalist should never say no to any new experience. The moment you say no to new experience, the moment you say, you compartmentalize yourself saying that I do only this and I won't do this and I read only this, I won't do that, you will never be a very good journalist. So you should always be open to everything. And personal biases are aside, that's okay. Unless you have a bias, you don't need to be a journalist. All of us have a bias. So we fight for underprivileged, we fight for the right causes and all. That is a bias. We are biased towards a particular cause. Because of that, as a journalist, you fight for that. You need to have that bias as long as it's not a personal bias. And you need to have an ideology. A lot of people argue that journalists should have no ideology and we should be neutral. We are human beings. We can't say we don't have an ideology. We are not software professionals to say that. We are journalists. So we have to believe in certain ideology. And nothing wrong in believing in some certain ideology. You may fight for SC/ST cause, you may fight for minorities cause, you may fight for something else. As long as you have conviction, you genuinely believe in that cause and you don't harm anyone and you use your knowledge or your bias for a better reporting. And I say you should have a bias because finally you fight for a cause as a journalist and always have it. And unless you read, you won't be able to write. Those who read more, they can write very well. If you don't read, you won't be able to write. And make sure that you read a lot. And at least one book a week you read, the minimum. Anything random. Suppose some people have their choices, they read only particular books. Otherwise also read, always read. And always watch very good TV news channels. Maybe foreign news channels like BBC, CNN, Sky News, Euro News, and all these channels, you watch them. Because you get a better perspective. And there are great digital sites like Foreign Policy, they are New Yorker, and all, you read them. They are best, they are some of the best in the world. Spectator, and all, you read them. And you also travel and meet people. Because seeing is believing. So if you go and meet people, you will enhance your knowledge. So you will get a better experience. So you watch it, cricket on TV, you can report, right? You don't need to go playground. But suppose you go to playground and report. So your report will be entirely different because you get a better perspective. Suppose you watch some riot happening somewhere on TV and report. Or you go to spot. There will be a difference, right? See, 20 years ago when I came to Bangalore to cover that eviction of the squatters, there was no TV channel, no 24/7. So we had to come. So I was here. Even today I can report on that what all happened. Okay? Even if you ask me, I can write a 1,000-word story on it. But these days what happens, most of these Kannada and English newspaper people, they don't go anywhere. They just switch on some Kannada TV channel and watch. So some clash happening at non-Bharati campus, so they keep watching it because they know the Kannada TV channels do it live. And TV channel reporters also don't come here. They send some camera person. So they stand somewhere else and give full caution or whatever about what is happening. So that is not the reporting. You have to go to spot. You need to meet people. Elections are happening, very good thing, opportunity for you. So if your professor permits, so I say he should permit, you please go and cover this election. If you can't travel beyond this Bangalore city, at least cover it in Bangalore city. There are 28 assembly seats. There are 8 seats in the outskirts. At least on Saturdays, Sundays, you can go out and come back. And you can write and show it to your professor and other faculty members. And if your ground reporting is very good or something, I will ask you to send it to me and you will use it with your byline and all. Right? You get it. And I will assure you that you will use it. They can write in Kannada. ಅವ್ರು ಕಳಿಸಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬರೆದು ಕೊಟ್ಟರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸ್ತಾರೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಪಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಶನಿವಾರ ಭಾನುವಾರ ನೀವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ because you can go to some controversy. Yeah. Because you go there, meet people and write. ಆದ್ರಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಹೊಸ ಈ ಥರದ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ಗಳು ಆಗೋದು 5 ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಂದ್ಸಲ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಯರ್ ಲೋಕಸಭಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆ. So you are passing out this year. Right? So you are at the right time now. This assembly election is happening. Next year a 2 or 3 Lok Sabha election is happening. In neighboring Telangana and Andhra, assembly elections will also happen at the same time, along with this Lok Sabha. You will worry. So a great opportunity for you people. ಈ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ನೀವು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಉಪಯೋಗ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲೇಬೇಕು. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಮೈ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಆರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್, ಶೇರಿಂಗ್ ಮೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸಸ್. So one thing, please read and read more. And if possible, travel. And read everything. Don't compartmentalize yourself. Read everything. And also have an ideology. Believe in an ideology. Nothing wrong in believing in an ideology. Nothing wrong in it. Because we are human beings and we are not robots. So we have to believe in an ideology and we have to fight for the right cause. And always do that. And always cross-check the facts. And even if you are late, no problem. Don't worry. And in a few years, you will be a master. So do that. And always be polite with the people. When you go and meet people, be polite. So you may be a journalist. I see some journalists, young and all, they don't have manners. They just because they carry logo of a TV channel, they can do anything with people. So nothing makes you a better human being than being polite. So be polite with the people. You suppose you are interviewing even Harris, whose son is known for all rowdyism. Even with Harris or his son, be polite. That is very important. Because we are nobody to judge anyone. We are not the judges, we are into report. So don't go with a preconceived notion, don't go with a bias. So ideological bias is different. You should never have an individual bias. Go and talk to everyone. You may be a communist, but you are a reporter, right? When you write a story, make sure that you also talk to RSS. Suppose you believe in RSS, you write a story, make sure that you also speak to Congress or communist. So you have to balance it. So both will respect you for that. Suppose they know that you are a communist. Even the RSS people, right, people will respect you because they say as a professional he or she is why this fellow is objective. So that is very, very important. And you can't learn everything overnight, it takes time, and please make sure that you learn over a period of maybe a year, 2, 3 and all. And also apply for a lot of scholarships and all. There are many. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to go anywhere because it has been a rat race for a long time, and I was in Delhi, and every 1 year, 2 years I was handling different responsibilities, different people, but don't do that. Now, people keep calling me, I am not interested in going anywhere. 2 days ago, this British Deputy High Commissioner in Bangalore invited me, and he said, you come to London and we are offering you fellowship. I said, sorry, that's not possible. He said, people are after me for this, and I am offering you this, and I think you should go. I said, sorry, Mr. Deputy High Commissioner, I can't come because I have all these responsibilities. I cannot do. So once you are a top man, because buck stops with me now, I cannot do anything. I cannot go and tell my management that I will go somewhere for 6 months. They say, okay, who will run this if you go? So when you are in your 20s, when you are in early 30s, please go. And there will be short-term courses, there will be long-term courses and all, you always gain knowledge. You take a break from this and suppose your family is well off, or you have decent money to survive and all, you want to take a break and experiment with something else. You take a break from journalism and do something else. And I have seen some journalists who joined some NGOs and worked in rural areas, and they came back after 2-3 years, again they returned to journalism. And some of them even started something, startup and all, they did something, experimented with something, they came back. Or some of them joined something and they came back. All these things enrich your experience. They make you a better human being, they also make you a better journalist. And secondly, there is no substitute for being a better human being. Lot of people in the world, finally you get great respect if you are a good human being. And you may be anything, you may be the most intelligent person, you may be the best. If you don't have humility, if you are not a good human being, it means nothing. Then try to be a good human being. And if you are a good human being, then everything will fall completely. This is how it works. Always. And I end this with one anecdote. When I was in Bangalore, before I left for Delhi, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was staying at IAS campus. And all of us know who Dr. Abdul Kalam is. And I had to interview him. And Abdul Kalam was a media shy. He was not giving interviews to anyone, but he used to interact with journalists, but all off the record interaction. One day I went to IAS, he told me, come tomorrow morning, we'll go for a walk. I know he was very punctual. And always punctual. Today also I came here at 10:15 and nobody was there. I went and came back. Even after 20 years I am punctual. 45 minutes ahead of schedule I was here. So that day I was staying at Alsur Lake, somewhere near that, and there was nothing problem. I walked all the distance from Alsur Lake to IAS campus in the morning and reached there at 5:30 and waited outside. Exactly at 6 o'clock he came. Then he was surprised to see me. He told me that after a long time, someone came on time at 6 o'clock in the morning because he used to give appointment every day at 6 and only 10% of the people used to come now. They said, follow me, that's what I want. You know how big IAC campus is, beautiful. We took 3-4 routes. Then I asked him, because some LCA thing was happening, light combat aircraft, what we now call Tejas. There was a strong rumor that they were going to launch that, and Abdul Kalam was earlier heading DRDO. And he's not a scientist, Abdul Kalam is an engineer. He's a rocket engineer. So people call him scientist, so they are not. So it doesn't make me lesser person anyway. That's different. So I asked him about it. He said, I don't want to talk about all that because V.K. Atre is the head of DRDO. We will talk about that. Then it went on for some time, then I didn't know what to do because he's a big man. Then he said, you come, I will tell you something, you repeat. It was his thing, always used to say, I say something, you repeat. He said, if you have integrity, nothing else matters. And if you don't have integrity, answer is the same, nothing else matters. So choice is yours. If you have integrity, nothing else matters. If you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. Answer is the same. Choice is yours. Okay? Very simple. Whether you want to be a good person or a bad person, you decide. Someone who is honest has integrity. He or she will not fear anything anymore. Right? You don't care. So you hold your head high and walk. Someone is exactly the opposite, a crook, 420. He or she will also fear nothing. They also walk straight, holding their head high. So what you want to be? So history will remember both, right? They will remember you as a good person, they will remember that person as a bad person. So choice is yours. So make an early choice. Because temptations are very high in this profession. All kinds of temptations are there in journalism. And you should stay away from all that. Very difficult, but if you are honest, even your enemies will respect. So I go and meet everyone in India, all politicians, and many of them are my personal friends, and I know them, many of them are on first name terms. But even if they know that I don't believe in their quality or ideology or whatever, or I reported against them one day, they respect me. Because they know that I have never compromised with my personal integrity. So they respect me. So you should always believe in them. Then everything works. And one more thing, it's on the lighter note. So when you marry, make sure that you don't marry a journalist. Always marry someone who is not a journalist. And life will be much, much better. Always, if you are a journalist, always marry someone from some other profession.
What is the reason, sir?
It's always better because it's one thing, finally you end up talking about the same thing. And it won't work. Secondly, you end up talking about the same thing. Nothing else. Secondly, it will also enrich your experience. Suppose you are a journalist, you marry a doctor or engineer or some architect or someone. You learn a lot from that profession also, you come to know. And profession is not everything. The moment you marry someone from the same profession, even if it's teaching, even if it is software, even if it's doctor, engineer, what they do, when they go home, they discuss the same. Even when they, normally, if both of you are from the same profession, you will also have friends from the same profession. So even when you go out for social gathering, you end up meeting the same people. Finally, you discuss the same thing. I don't know who professor has married. Suppose, imagine this professor's wife is a professor. What will happen? Another professor will also join them, right? To discuss Bangalore University politics or something. So make sure that you don't marry. I keep telling people, everyone, don't marry someone from your own profession, marry someone else. It's always good. And you will also have financial stability for other reasons. If there is a downturn, if there is a recession, both of you will lose job and will be other. At least someone else will be earning something. And otherwise, don't do that mistake, because always marry someone who is not good. And all that I can say is thank you, and thank you, Professor, for inviting me here. And now if you want to ask anything, you may ask.
Can we have a listening question after he break? Just
Yeah, that's okay.
we can.